We're live on site in the backyard where artist Khalid Omokanye has started his project, Isolated Babel.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what you have in mind for this area in the near future?
We're looking at creating a sculpture that's sort of like reminiscent of the fable of the Tower of Babel. The story is essentially at the beginning of time, at some point, humanity was all one. We were all of the same language, and we were all able to communicate. This created a certain amount of hubris in mankind, believing that we can do whatever we want. So we were looking to create a tower to reach the gods. Now, the gods, upon seeing this, thought they would throw humanity back for a loop and essentially caused everyone to start speaking in different languages, which made the creation of this tower impossible, and it sort of like fell apart as they were creating it. And the general thing that we're trying to create here is see how we can create a tower, probably not reaching the gods, with a little bit of ambition. Within the space of winter we might get there, but it's just seeing how we can create something with each artist sort of like in isolation, coming and working on a little bit of it and see how far we can get. Why it went the tower directions? Because that the fable of the Tower of Babel was in mind, and the new forms of communication that we were starting to find ourselves in with COVID, where everyone sort of like became used to Zoom, everyone became used to this. Like, there was an assumption before with the old paradigms in working, that is like anything online or digital communication and whatnot were considered like, a lesser form of communication. They were considered you can't possibly do a project in that sort of manner. And the amount of time, money, and effort that actually goes towards like in-person meetings for pretty much all projects is insane. But now suddenly, as soon as COVID hits and as soon as we're all forced into isolation, there's a general acceptance very quickly that yes, we can obviously do it. We can obviously communicate. We have all these means of communication. Right? So there's this realization simultaneously that we are able to communicate without being in a physical place, and there's also the realization that the reason that we want other human beings around is not purely communication. It's an actual feelings that we have from it. Right?
What is your personal approach going to be for the first layer of the tower?
Well, my aims of the first layer is to guide what we're doing as far as the tower, but also to create a stable enough base that people can actually build off. If you tell someone to build a tower, suddenly they have to consider like, how is this thing going to stay up? Like at a certain point, you have to figure out like a little bit of structure. There's that limitation to it, and that like guiding thing to it, that then causes a little bit more forethought or more planning between people. So it becomes more of a challenge when you have to actually work together but not talking to each other and creating this thing going up. The main thing is guiding it and supporting it. That's the main focus of the first layer.
Do you have any messages for the artists that follow after you?
I really don't want to sway your hand. I mean, like, I know what I generally want us to go as high as we can, but be as safe as we can. So go high and stay safe, and also, I don't know, go crazy with it. Like, I want it to be something that is like, at the end of it, I don't want any artist to be like, this is my vision. I want it to be completely out of all our heads.
The final moments of the tower are going to be destructive. Can you describe what you would ideally like to see in terms of the destruction of the Tower of Babel or Isolated Babel?
Well, if I was saying an ideal, I want us to blow the thing up and have like fireworks, but I don't think we're going that route. I think we might do a careful dismantling in the summer. Hopefully by the end of the season, there's a little bit more allowance for, I won't say full-on gatherings, but for us to all be around and taking this thing apart together. Stay safe and keep heart. We'll all get this thing done. Both COVID and the tower. One of them is more important. I think the tower, but it's up to you, I guess.
Live from the backyard, this has been Caitlin Brown with Khalid Omokanye. Thank you.
Thank you.